Just watched an instant classic go down in Boston. It was basically the tale of two halves between UConn and BYU tonight. UConn still held on and won the game 86-84, but BYU scored 52 points in the second half. The Bonds had a really slow start. I think it was 1 for 6 from the field to begin the game. Finished with 25 points on 8 of 14 shooting, 7 of 10 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds. We were doing a live stream watch along, and we were honestly saying AJ was really, really struggling and not looking great. Completely made us look stupid in the second half. He was fantastic. Richie Saunders poured in 17 points as well. Robert Wright, 16 points. Robert Wright, though, costly turnover there at the end of the game. I thought he was pretty solid, but 6 turnovers from your point guard, that is just something that's really difficult to overcome. 14 turnovers overall for BYU, which was actually 2 less than what UConn had at 16. We're going to keep this video short and sweet because I just did a 3-hour watch along on this game and my voice is gone or getting there. Biggest thing that I think we saw tonight in this game, you saw a team that is built for NBA basketball and the way that they run the sets, the way that they execute, which is fine. That's what BYU wants to be. And according to AJ, that's the reason why he chose BYU. And you see UConn, which is a program that's based and rooted in college basketball. And the way you know this is BYU had 7 assists on 29 made field goals. Look at UConn, 21 assists on 30 made field goals. That's the difference in the game. They both basically made the same amount of field goals. UConn tripled them up on assists, 21-7. And when the turnovers are similar and the rebounding battle is within 1, and you look at everything else, 21 assists to 7 assists means you're getting easier shots. Your guys are flowing better. And listen to the efficiency of UConn through this game. Karaban, 21 points on 8 of 11 shooting, 4 of 4 from the 3. Terrace Reed, 21 points on 10 shots, 8 of 10. Silas Damari, 21 points on 6 of 12. The only thing that I could really point at specifically with UConn was when Solo Ball went out. He got 4 fouls, and when he went out, I think was really when the game started to change for BYU. UConn kind of lost that edge. They lost that ability to run their stuff. And you see the importance of a guy like Solo Ball and Silas Damare. UConn played 8. I think the issue with them is going to be how deep are they, and are they going to be able to withstand a situation like that? They played Malachi Smith 22 minutes tonight, which I don't think was on their agenda of how do we beat BYU tonight in Boston. We played Malachi Smith 22 minutes. And he missed 3 shots, 0 for 1 from the 3-point line, scored 0 points. 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 turnovers. He played just as much as Solo Ball. And that's not what, that's not what Hurley and UConn are going to want to do. But at the end of the day, situations like that happen. And they almost got caught out. They were up big throughout the entirety of the game. They went on a run in the beginning that I think ended up being like 23-4 in the beginning of the game. And it seemed pretty level at that point. We're doing the watch along. We're talking about other stuff as if the game is over. And BYU just flipped the switch there towards the end and was able to cut it within 2. Biggest thing that's going to hurt. And every turnover is damaging and every possession feels big. But when they happen at the end of the game, they feel at this other level. Robert Wright, his turnover at the end there, and he had him beat. He just lost control of the ball. I thought while doing the watch along, I said Kevin Young's got 2 timeouts left. I would call one now as their ball is being brought up the court. Ends up in a turnover. Hindsight is always 20/20, but in that situation, I think you've got 2 timeouts. You know you've got to score on this possession. Call a timeout, get your thing set, and then run your offense and try to get a bucket, and then use that 1 timeout still in your back pocket. I think if he had just 1 left, I would say, okay, maybe not calling that situation with, I think, about 1:03 left in the game. But I think with 2 timeouts, you got to call it. And I'm proven right because he ended up turning the ball over. Again, hindsight's always 20/20. But all in all, I was really impressed with BYU in the second half. It was a tale of 2 halves. UConn is a team that I have in the Final Four. Not feeling great by it. I think at the beginning of the night, if you had said, hey, UConn's going to win this game, I would be like, okay, you know what? They're rocking and rolling. And it is. It's a huge win for them. But I think given the context now of actually watching that and seeing how shaky that second half was and what they looked like when Solo Ball left the game, it's definitely a cause for concern. But UConn is UConn. They do what they do. They do it well. And I think they're going to be a player. It's them and St. John's in the Big East, and we'll see what they look like in March. As far for BYU, I think their next game is against Wisconsin. UConn has another huge matchup huge matchup Wednesday, November 19th against Arizona. We'll be doing a live watch along for that. We will also do a watch along Tuesday on TikTok at least. Hopefully we can get it going on YouTube now as well. But we'll do it Tuesday for the Champions Classic, which is Kentucky versus Michigan State at 6:30, Duke versus Kansas at 9 o'clock. Subscribe, enter your name in the portal, hit like, share the video. Stay with us all season long. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.